Her name was Mrs. Adana Ize, a woman whose heart beat for her students more than for herself. She was the kind of teacher who believed that no child was beyond redemption. While others marked attendance, she marked progress. While her colleagues rushed home after the bell, she stayed behind, correcting essays, encouraging tears to turn into hope, and believing fiercely in dreams that weren't even hers. Many thought she cared too much. They laughed when they saw her waiting in the rain with a student who had no umbrella, or buying lunch for those who came to school hungry. But Adana didn't teach for praise. She taught because she saw light in broken places. And there was one student who reminded her why she started teaching in the first place, Chinedu Okafor. A boy with weary eyes and trembling hands, always sitting at the back of the class, his uniform torn, his voice barely above a whisper. He had lost his father, and the world had already decided who he would become, another forgotten boy. But not to Mrs. Adana. She saw a spark buried beneath the dust of his struggles. She gave him her time, her patience, her belief. She tutored him after school, bought him books from her own meager salary, and defended him fiercely whenever others called him a troublemaker. "You will rise, Chinedu," she'd tell him, smiling. "And when you do, never forget where you started." Years passed. Her hair grayed, her steps slowed, but she never stopped teaching. And one morning, as she watched the news, she saw him. Dr. Chinedu Okafor, now a successful businessman and public figure, giving speeches about integrity and leadership. Her eyes filled with pride. She whispered to herself, "He made it." But joy turned to sorrow when scandal followed his fame. Accused of corruption, Chinedu sought a way out and found it in betrayal. Standing before the cameras, he said coldly, "It was my old teacher, Mrs. Adana Eze. She favored me, helped me cheat my way through school. I only succeeded because of her bias." The words struck like thunder. Overnight, her name, the name once spoken with respect, became a stain. Headlines screamed lies. Parents whispered. Her school suspended her. Her decades of honor vanished beneath the weight of one false accusation. She didn't fight back. She couldn't. She sat in her small home, surrounded by dusty books and fading certificates, the laughter of her students echoing in her memory. It wasn't her ruined reputation that broke her. It was the silence of the boy she once called son. And yet, even in her pain, she did not curse him. "Perhaps," she whispered through tears, "this too is a lesson, that sometimes love sows seeds in hearts that grow into thorns." Years later, when the truth finally emerged, when the world learned that she had been innocent all along, Mrs. Adana was gone. Her classroom stood empty, her chair by the window untouched. But her legacy lived